Have you ever felt like your heart was racing, your palms were sweating, and the world was closing in on you, even when there was no discernible threat? Imagine being in the grip of such a fear, a sense of dread so powerful that it feels as if you're being held hostage by your own mind. This is the harsh reality of anxiety, an unpredictable beast that lurks in the shadows of our consciousness, ready to strike at any moment. For many people, anxiety is an occasional visitor, dropping by unannounced, wreaking havoc, and then leaving as suddenly as it came. But for some, like our protagonist, it's more of a constant companion, an unwelcome guest that refuses to leave. The fear, the worry, the restlessness, they become a part of daily life, a heavy burden to carry. For our heroine, this was a reality she faced more often than not. Before we continue, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Anxiety, like any foe, must be faced, but how does one fight something that exists within their own mind? As our heroine grappled with this question, she found herself standing at the precipice of a battle not against an external enemy, but a battle within. She attempted to quell her anxiety with methods she'd heard of, yet none seemed to work. This only fueled her frustration, her desperation growing as she sought to regain control over her life. She felt like she was spiraling, her world narrowing into a tight vortex of fear and panic. Yet, amidst the chaos, she held on to a glimmer of defiance. She refused to let anxiety define her. She refused to accept that this was her life now. She was determined to reclaim her peace, her joy, her freedom. She knew she had to take a stand. She knew she had to fight, not just for herself, but for everyone else who might be going through the same. The path to victory is often paved with stumbles and falls, but it's not about how often you fall, it's about how often you get back up. Our heroine, in her journey to conquer anxiety, didn't turn a blind eye to her fears. Instead, she bravely sought professional help. She understood that reaching out was not a sign of weakness, but a testament to her strength. She began to unravel the knots of her distress under the guidance of a trusted professional. Through therapy, she discovered tools and strategies to help her navigate through the stormy seas of her mind. She learned to understand her anxiety, to accept it as an integral part of her, much like the color of her eyes or the sound of her laughter. It wasn't an enemy to be defeated, but a companion to be acknowledged. This acceptance was not a surrender, but a transformation of her relationship with her anxiety. The journey was not easy. There were days when the anxiety seemed too colossal, the fear too paralyzing. But each day, she chose to fight. Celebrating small victories became her fuel, each step forward a testament to her resilience. She practiced mindfulness, took care of her physical health, and nurtured her relationships. She found strength in vulnerability, hope in despair, and courage in fear. And with each passing day, she regained control over her life. She realized it's not about eradicating anxiety, but learning to coexist with it, to not let it hold the reins of her life. Every battle leaves scars, but it also leaves lessons. And so, our heroine found herself on the other side of a war she never thought she'd wage. The fight against anxiety had been a tumultuous one, fraught with fear and uncertainty. But it was in this battle that she found strength she never knew she possessed. Her journey, like many others, was far from linear. There were peaks of progress and valleys of setback. But she learned that it's okay. It's okay to stumble, to falter. It's okay to not be okay. Acceptance was her first step towards healing. She learned the importance of seeking help. For too long, she had shouldered her burdens alone, believing it to be a sign of strength. But strength isn't about carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's about knowing when to reach out, when to share your load. Her perseverance, her determination to not let anxiety dictate her life, became her armor. She learned that fear is a natural response, not a sign of weakness. And it was in embracing this fact that she found the courage to keep going, to keep fighting. She learned to celebrate her victories no matter how small. Every moment she chose to step out of her comfort zone, every time she faced her fears, was a triumph. She learned that anxiety might be a part of her, but it does not define her. And that is a victory in itself.